Do you still fear your long irons in 2024? Guys, welcome back to Get Good at Golf, and that's exactly what we're talking about today on this tee here at Providence. So let's get straight into it. Are you struggling? Are you thinning shots? Are you fatting shots? And you're just not getting any consistency when you get probably above that 6-iron range? Have you still got a 4-iron in? Have you still got a 3-iron in? Or do you have a driving iron in your bag that never really comes out? Well, let's talk through that now. So obviously, the first things we want to do when we're talking about long irons is check your ball positions. How many times I see people get that ball position really far forwards in their stance, we're angled back, it's like we're hitting a driver, and what we start to see is that we either bottom out early and then start to cast the club, start to hit it left, start to hit it right, or the opposite, I start to drive that club. I've got to keep this club down, it's a long iron, I know I need to get this with a nice piercing ball flight, but we start to return that club face way open. We don't get the shot that we desire. We often hit the shot that nobody wants to mention, the shank, or we just hit it 30 or 40 yards right, and we're starting to lose distance, we're starting to lose compression, and you start to see that your long irons are going exactly the same as maybe your 7-iron, maybe the same as your 6-iron, so you never get them out, but then you've got a huge gap from that 6-iron all the way up to maybe a 5-wood, which might be the first wood in your bag. So let's make sure that when we set up here, we're going through a routine. Get that club set down first, feet together, and we're going to start to build a stance from there. And for me, what I like to see with your longer irons is, yes, it's just in front of centre, but it's not too close to that left heel. So as a good rule, I like to see a club width or the club head inside of your left heel. So if you're setting up an alignment stick, if you're on a driving range, start to get that distance away from the ball. And one big thing at setup is make sure this foot, or your left foot if you're a right-handed golfer, is turned out. That's going to help us rotate through that golf shot. So we're going to be able to get into impact with these hips cleared, get the shaft with a little bit of forward shaft lean, start to pressure that golf ball. If we get these feet too square, I start to slide, and from here we open both sides of the golf course, and we don't want that. If we're going to have a miss, let's try and get it one side. We can start to work on that, and we can start to lower your handicap in 2024. So come into your shot, pick your targets. I would start behind the ball here. Right, I'm going to go at that right bunker of the two bunkers. I'm going to set my club face to that first, feet together, and I'm going to build that stance. I'm going to go my right foot first and then the left foot second. The reason why I go left foot second is to make sure that we do get it far enough left. We don't just nudge it there, we're making sure that we are getting the club head width left with our left foot. So then from there I can start to go, right, this is an iron shot. I'm still trying to hit down into the golf ball, I'm still trying to compress that and take a divot. I'm not angled back, so I'm pretending this is just my mid iron. I've changed the ball position and I make the same swing. And we can start to see there a nice little fade with a penetrating ball flight, which is exactly what you expect to see from this kind of iron, from your long iron. So start to get consistent with that, guys. Start to think, right, it's a long iron, but I just want to get my ball position correct and treat it exactly as the same as my mid iron, even my low irons. I'm going to make that same swing. The ball position changes, how that ball is going to come out, but I've still got to commit to that shot. So get that club face set, feet together, right foot first, then your left. Make sure we just treat it as an iron, because after all, although it's a long iron, it still is an iron swing. And you can see there, two fades starting at the bunker, two different ball flights, that one ever so slightly higher, but in play and down there, and that can help you stop fearing your long irons in 2024, lowering your scores and getting good at golf.